Welcome to episode 1. Today we've got a jam-packed video for you. We're going to be talking about knitting, crocheting, pattern designs if either one of us have. I know I do, and I have a phone. And
that barks.
We're going to show you maybe some updates in our shop, whatever comes to mind. So, hi friends, and welcome to the We Dye Yarn podcast. This is Kathleen.
And this is Erica.
And we are both yarn dyers and friends from the Carolinas. Kathleen, where can we find you?
I am at Good Noodle Yarn Co. at all the places. I mainly hang out on Instagram.
And I am the Lopsided Crafter on all the socials, YouTube, Instagram, Ravelry, all of them.
And we are coming to you today from my local yarn shop in Concord, North Carolina, called A Kiwi's Yarn. Two lovely young ladies who own the shop have been gracious enough to let us record here. So it is a yarn shop. It is going to be open soon. So if people are walking back and forth behind us looking at the lovely yarn, that is why.
So welcome to episode 1. Kind of bear with us as we find our bearings in this new atmosphere. So what are you working on, friend?
I will tell you. I am actually working on a sweater, which is unusual for me because I actually do a lot of socks.
Oh,
Yeah.
She's doing the infamous Lovenote.
I am doing the Lovenote by TinCanKnits, and I am enjoying it immensely. I haven't done a whole lot of lace knitting, and I mean, you know, this is kind of a basic lace knit, but I'm absolutely loving it.
That color is beautiful. Is that one of your yarns?
It is, yes. It's the colorway is called A World of Good, and it is one of mine, Good Noodle Yarn Co. So
Beautiful.
this is, see, I'm all crooked here. This is the yoke, and then I have decided to knit the longer version. There's a crop version, which I think is maybe 5 inches or so below, and I'm doing more like 8 inches.
That's beautiful.
So I am done with that knitting, and I am ready to knit the ribbing on the bottom.
So you're doing it with DK because you aren't using mohair?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm doing it. I got gauge with DK, and I'm using a US 10 for the main body, and then I'm going down to a 7 for the ribbing.
Okay.
And that seems to be working out pretty well. It's a very loose and drapey, which I love.
And Chigu?
Yes. Yeah, I have a set of I know. I have a set of Chowgu interchangeables, and I really like that because especially in this situation where when you're knitting with a 10 and then you got to switch over to the 7 for the ribbing, it's way easier for me to just switch it out. But when I do my sweaters, I do things, I don't know if this is weird or not, but you know, it is what it is. I follow the pattern, obviously. I start at the top and I go down, and then as I'm getting ready to run out of my first skein of yarn, I put it on hold, and then I pick up my sleeves and I knit both of my sleeves. I knit it 2 at a time. And so I get my sleeves completely done. So then I go back to the body and I finish the body.
Then you're not stuck on Sleeve Island.
Exactly. That's pretty much what,
how many
the
sweaters,
purpose behind it.
How many sweaters do you have that have one sleeve and one done, and you're just like,
exactly, yeah. And I'm sure it's just like a completely like mental block, but
yeah,
I don't know.
But you know, we got to do what we got to do in order to get it done. So
yeah,
I mean, I've been known to do that as well, especially when I know that I'm going to have enough yarn.
Exactly. And luckily, I know a yarn dyer that could get me some more of this yarn if I needed to.
Right.
The way this pattern is written is you do a provisional cast on. I use the crochet cast on because I like that one. And then after I finish the ribbing, I'm going to pick up the stitches along the neck and finish the neck. Awesome. So getting there. Hopefully by the next time we record, I'll actually have an FL.
Awesome.
Wouldn't that be fantastic?
So maybe we
What
should
you working on? Oh,
well,
sorry, Dad.
maybe we should tell the people how often we plan to record.
We are planning on recording every 2 weeks. What are you working on, Erica?
Oh, well, I've got a lot of things.
Let's see.
Yay! Okay, so the first thing I'm working on is I am designing a colorwork crochet shawl.
Oh my gosh.
And I've actually...
the speckles, I can die.
Yep, that is my colorway 1986, loosely based on Stranger Things, because that's the year
Yes.
that the show was, based upon.
Right.
So that's my 1986.
Gorgeous.
Thank you. And then
That
the
barely
gray,
pink, love.
then the gray is my pewter.
Cool. Very 80s.
Thank you. So I started that.
Now, you said you're designing this one, yeah?
Yes, I am designing, and I've restarted it because I don't like that infamous hump that comes at the top of a shawl. So I've restarted how you start the top in the crochet, and I've got this.
Okay.
So it doesn't have that.
No, but it's a little bit
Yes.
down, and then when you...
Yes.
Yeah.
So as I add more to it, it'll kind of roll up.
Yeah.
My idea behind this is I like to challenge myself and look at knit patterns and pictures and then try to replicate it in crochet.
Cool.
So this is the color work, and then underneath it we should, if it goes to plan, have a crochet honeycomb as well as a crochet chevron. And I've got this color, these two colors so far. Okay.
So what other colors are you using?
I'm going to be using my pink starburst, but I can't really name it.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Starburst. So
Yeah.
we named it Strawberry Taffy.
Cool.
And then this one is like a teal, and this one is 3 Hour Tour.
Beautiful.
I don't know what came into my mind about this other than, it's, again, loosely based on, probably aging myself here, but Gilligan's Island.
Yeah.
So 3 Hour Tour.
And it's like water. And
Yep. And then I also have a ginger. But that is one thing that I'm working on. Do you have anything else that you're working on?
I don't, but I do want to say, and I'm mainly a knitter. The only crochet that I do, I have a granny stripe blanket that I've got going all the time, and every time I pick it up after a while I have to YouTube how to do it again, because it's just not my primary thing.
Right.
But you're crocheting with fingering weight yarn.
Yes.
Like, I didn't think that was a thing.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely.
Because I love the fabric that you're getting with that.
I am actually using, for that shawl, a G-hook. And which is a 4.5, and my favorite crochet hooks are furls.
Okay.
They're very ergonomic.
I love the shape of that.
They're very ergonomic, and they're a little weighted.
Yeah.
So it doesn't
they
give
feel
a lot
good
of
in your
stress.
hand, right?
Right. Doesn't give a lot of stress on your hands. So.
Cool.
So if you're talking about crocheting with fingering weight, well then let me show you my next item.
Okay.
Up for view. I am actually testing a pattern for the designer by Stephanie Aaron.
Okay.
And it is a crocheted striped sweater.
Oh my gosh, the pink, I just can't.
And I am doing it in these two colors. I haven't named the black yet.
Okay.
I want, something other than just black.
Black, right, yeah.
I actually dyed it for the test.
Okay.
But the pink, okay, so this is the front. And it's going to be a striped sweater.
Yeah.
And then this is the back.
Okay.
You work it in pieces for so long, and then you join, without giving, it's going to be a paid for pattern.
Okay.
So I love the pink, the way that it kind of tonals there.
Yes. Yeah. That's the thing I think I love most about hand-dyed yarn. That even when you have a solid color, it's really, I call them semi-solid colors because there's variation.
Right.
And it makes it so interesting to work with.
Yes. And so this is fingering weight, 75-25. And this is called Hotter Than 7 Hells Pink.
Well, there you go.
Because let's
for
be
real,
honest.
in person, it's not showing up well on camera with the lighting. It's difficult with like neon bright colors for you to get a really true picture of what it is we've got here. But let me tell you, this is flipping gorgeous. It is bright and
thank you.
And contrasted with the black.
Well, you know,
I think that's gorgeous. And that is, you are crocheting a sweater and fingering white yarn.
I am. So that's my Hotter Than 7 Hells Pink, because honestly, it's been hotter than 7 Hells.
I was going to say, hello, welcome to the Carolinas. Yeah. It has been ridiculously hot.
Very, very hot. So I've got that. And then the last thing that I've been working on, which is another design. It is in testing. This is a...
Girl, your colors.
This is a cowl. This is the first time she's seeing it.
Yeah, no, we thought that would be like way more fun.
Yeah. So it's kind of hard to see.
I can gaga with you.
It's kind of hard to see again because I'm using green and black up here.
Yeah.
But it's based again on Stranger Things. This is the upside down area and the little, what are they called? Demogorgons? I don't know which ones they are. Most of the time we just say upside down spiders.
There you go.
There's 11.
Yes.
And then up at the top, again, like I said, it's hard to see. It's all of them riding their bicycles.
Okay.
I have a picture of that.
I was going to say, I'll put in a photo of that as well.
I have a picture of the graph as well that we can
I think
insert.
that might be the best way for us to give the, show it its due.
So the red is called Upside.
Okay.
The black, well, more of a charcoal gray, is my cast iron.
Is this DK weight?
This is DK weight, 75-25. And then my green is Into the Woods.
So what are you thinking for do you have a plan for the rest of it, or do you just go as you go along?
I've actually graphed the whole thing out.
Oh, okay.
And that was the pattern. I'm almost done, and then I'll be adding more of this corrugated rib here at the top.
Oh.
So, yeah. So, like I said, it is in testing right now. A few of my testers are done.
Okay.
But with the event last weekend and then my obligation that I'm testing a pattern for it as well, it's...
Girl, you can't do 5 things at one time? What's wrong with you?
I mean, I used to think I could.
I know, right? Then at some point, you know what? I can do what I can do, and that's all I can do.
Yes. So that's all the way I've got.
Because that pattern is hot.
Actually, let me just scan here.
Okay.
I might have some on Discord. Let me just take a gander, see.
So do you have a test group? Is that how you do it?
Yes.
Okay.
One of my friends, okay, so here's one of them. And this definitely shows the bicycles a little bit better. Friend Melissa, she's doing her, I'm almost positive there's a picture in here. There it is. Hers is done. But she's doing them in these bright...
So like Halloween colors.
Yes. Bright orange,
purple and that bright
green. Yes.
That's going to look so cool.
Yes. So...
I'm very excited to see how those turn out.
Yeah, I should have just done it like that instead of showing you all my messages.
Whatever.
It's life, right?
I know.
So, yep.
We've already heard the barking phone, so there you go. That's Erica in a nutshell.
Welcome to episode 1. How can I say?
The phone barks and we're figuring it out.
Oh my gosh. So do you have anything else to share?
I do. I actually have one finished object. It's the one thing that I have finished lately. I'm kind of a monogamous knitter. Oh, I don't like to have. Yeah, it kind of stresses me out to have like a whole bunch of stuff. Like if I really want to do a project and I'm working on that project, then I'm just going to kind of stick with it. If I lose interest, then I frog it.
Not me. I have ADHD.
Yeah.
So the only way for me to cope with it is to have multiple things going on at one time.
Yeah.
Because I have the ADHD and then the OCD, and they kind of collide.
Yeah.
So my OCD will be like, we got to do this, do this, do this, do this.
Right,
Then,
like right now.
Yeah, and then the ADHD is like, oh, we got to, yeah. So
yeah,
for me, it works better to have multiple whips.
And that works for you?
Yeah.
Me, it's giving me palpitations hearing you talk about it. I'm going to be honest. But anyway, there was a project that I saw that I put my sweater down and was like, you know what, I really want to do this. And I'm going to show you a photo of it. I'm sure you all are aware of Romi Hill, who's a fabulous designer. She does a lot of shawls. And this is her Autonomy cowl that she came out with. Hasn't been that long, just a couple of weeks ago maybe. And she was asking for indie yarn dyers to dye green yarn in order for people to make that. So I made...
Interesting.
Yeah, there is, and you can read
that
her...
is adorable.
Read her story, and isn't it cute? So I made a colorway called Autonomy, because I'm clever like that. And this is her shawl, and it's got that really cool like lace pattern in the middle of it. But again, a very like a doable lace pattern, like not ridiculously difficult. And actually, I'm not even sure that I had to pull it out at all, which is really unusual for me.
Yeah, and it's more of a grassy green and yellow.
Yes.
More of a brighter green than it's showing up on camera. It's very, very beautiful.
Yeah. Now, to nerd out a little bit about the yarn dyeing, I call this layered semi-solid. So, like, if I'm going to dye a green yarn, then I'll mix all my dyes together, throw them in the pot, and then throw the yarn in and get a green, right?
Right.
But this one, I decided I wanted to be a little bit more nuanced, a little bit more layered, but I didn't want to do a variegated yarn because I didn't want to lose the lace. Right?
Yeah.
So I put all my, mixed up my yellow, put my yellow in the pot, put the yarn in, and then I pulled it out, and then I put the blue in, and then put the yarn back in. So you can see there's little bits of yellow, little bits of blue.
Yeah, there is a little bit of blue right there.
Just a little bit, but overwhelmingly, overarchingly, it's a green.
That is gorgeous.
Thank you very much.
So in case you didn't know, yellow and blue make green.
They do. And as an off tangent, every time I talk about mixing colors, I think of Sesame Street.
I love Sesame Street. You know, I never could get my kids to watch Sesame Street.
Oh,
They were not interested in it.
I grew up on Sesame
Me
Street.
too.
You know what? I don't think my kids watched a whole lot of Sesame Street
My
either.
boys would not watch Sesame Street.
Yeah. But I grew up on it, and that's how I learned how to mix colors.
You know, again, we're aging ourselves, but hey,
I know, but
it
that's
is
all right.
what it is, right?
It is,
So,
yeah.
do you have any knitting plans? Any future projects that you want to work on?
Yes. I am planning on finishing my sweater this week, the one that I showed you. If you happen to live in the Charlotte area, there is a Charlotte yarn crawl, which is coming up in September.
Yes.
And
7 stores.
7 stores, yeah.
And 7 days.
7 doors and 7 stores and 7 days. Yeah.
7 doors. I mean, there really is 7 doors.
Yeah, right? We're just going to go with that.
Right.
Yeah. But I am planning on making some samples for the yarn of mine that may or may not be
in one of those said stores.
Yes.
I am so utterly excited for you. I mean,
Thank you so much.
to be brand new in this industry is hard enough.
True that.
But to get your foot in the door of a yarn store is fantastic. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some yarn dyers that don't want to, you know, take their business that way, and that's completely fine.
Oh yeah, there's 100 different ways to do it.
Yes, but I'm so excited. I am so excited.
I am too. But I am planning on There's a hat that I'm going to do with a couple of my colors, and also I'm going to do a pair of socks. And those are the two things that I have in my head right
Socks.
now. Socks. Yeah.
I was stalking your Instagram a while back.
Okay.
Do you have a sock machine?
I do.
Y'all, I'm so jealous. Y'all want to donate to the Erica Needs a Sock Machine Fund?
Oh my gosh. Can I just tell you, like, life changing.
Which one do you have?
I have the Dean & Bean circular sock machine. It's a 3D printed sock machine.
And how do you feel about that?
I absolutely love it. I do. You know, it's any sock machine is an investment.
Yes.
And it's important. It is important to me that, especially for my variegated yarns that I sell, that I have a sample of them, or at least make a swatch of them, so that you can see what it looks like.
Exactly.
Because it's so difficult when you're looking at hand dyed yarn. You're like, I don't know how that's going to turn out, right?
Yes, and
but knitting takes a long time, girl.
It does take a long time.
And I'm just like, all I'm doing is knitting socks and knitting socks and knitting socks and knitting socks. And I'm like, it's taking the fun out of knitting for me.
So how hard was it for you to learn to use that machine? Do you feel like there was enough information online?
Well, one of the reasons why I went with the Dean & Bean is because of their resources that they have.
Okay.
They are fantastic. They have a YouTube channel also, and they have so many videos and just like broken down, like, that works well with my brain.
Right.
Which is why I did that. Now, I will say, I don't do my socks in like a traditional sense of the word. Like, I don't put my yarn on and like come out with a sock at the end.
You do a tube.
I do. Well, yes and no. I do a hung hem.
Okay.
So, which is, about this, I don't know, it's about an inch or so. So it's doubled at the top.
Right.
And then I knit down, and then I have a tube. Mm-hmm. And then I pick up stitches and manually knit a toe. And then I cut in an afterthought heel.
Right.
So that's how I do that. Because I love knitting socks, and I love that process of it. But
now, does your machine knit with the DK?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah, and that's mainly what I do.
Okay.
I've got it. I know there's some people who, DK is a little bit thick, but what I do is I do a mock 2x1 rib. So let's say there's 72 needles. Mm-hmm. I'll take the third needle out of each one. So it ends up being, and I could be totally wrong with that, I think it might be a 60.
I don't know anything
I don't know, but I end up with 48 stitches. So it like knits two and then it skips one. So it kind of goes around like that. And I think just having that one removed gives it a little bit of extra.
Right.
And so yeah, no, I don't have any problem with it at all.
That's fantastic. I've been wanting one, and I've been looking back and forth between that one and Erlbacher.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was looking at that too, but
they're both big investments.
They are big investments.
Very big investments.
But the Dean & Bean was a little bit more doable for me. So I figured I would start with that, and then maybe move up to an Erlbacher at some point. But
awesome.
Yeah. So anyway, that's my plans.
So
what you going to be doing this week?
I don't know that it'll be this week.
Okay.
But
somewhere in the future.
I am planning to, so I am in, I'm sure a lot of you know who Natalie is, Knitty Natty of Love and Stitches.
Yes.
I am in her membership, and we are doing a sweater make-along this quarter. You can do the knitting version, or you can do a crochet version. I mean, you don't have to do either one if you don't want to.
Okay.
I like to participate.
Is it a specific sweater?
This time it is, yes. The knitting people are doing the new App and Glow by Andrea Mowry.
Yeah.
So, everybody will have their Rhinebeck sweaters.
Exactly.
Right? The crocheters are doing Candy Pullover. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's Cande.
Okay.
And this is by Nomad Stitches. And
we'll put the information for all of these patterns and yarns and everything that we're using down below.
This is a crocheted sweater with a little bit of lace.
That's crocheted.
Yes.
Wow.
And she is very infamous. I'll bring it right here and show
gorgeous.
you. She has figured out a way to do short rows in crochet without leaving holes so that you still have the extra
Yeah, it looks
back.
like it comes up. Yeah.
Yep. You know, like, okay, so for me, I have problems with sweaters fitting because of my girls.
Yeah.
The back is always a lot lower than the front. So she has figured out a way to incorporate short rows in crochet so that we don't have that problem. You know, of course, when, you know, you knit a sweater, it's pretty much already built in with, you know, your wraps and turns or your German short rows or whatever. But that's one of my plans. And of course, it's, you know, August 18th. And anytime now, Stephen West should be announcing his next mystery make-along.
Oh, I should have brought that.
So
I'll bring it next time.
So that's going to be my plans definitely for October is, you know, I'm going to be doing the Stephen West. And I'm excited about that. I don't know about you, but I am excited for him to announce, hey, you're going to need this, this, and this. And it's going to be 3 colors because you know what Erica's doing? Mm-hmm. Erica's going right to the dye.
I was going to say, Erica will go start dyeing.
That's right.
Yep.
So that's
what we do.
That's right. That's my plans for right now. So
okay. Speaking of dyeing, why don't we talk a little bit about our upcoming dyeing project / challenge?
Exactly. Do you want to explain it or do you want me to?
Okay, I will. I'll start. Something that we thought that would be really cool to do, since obviously both of us are indie dyers, we both dye yarn. But
hence the name.
Hence the name, I know. We have different styles. We have different styles of dyeing. We have, she's a crochet chick and I'm the knitter. And so we thought it would be kind of cool to challenge ourselves with either an inspiration photo or different colors and see how it is that we would, how we'd approach it and interpret it.
And it's not necessarily a challenge per se.
Oh, yeah. Not a like, oh, yours is better than my better. No, that's not what I mean. I mean more of an internal challenge.
Right, yeah. So our first...
This is so exciting!
Our first project... challenge, however you want to say, is we are going to be dyeing yarn, and we'll have to put their logo up here to show.
Oh, totally, yeah.
But we're gonna be dyeing yarn to represent the 3 beautiful ladies of Arkansas Yarn Company.
Oh my gosh.
Lori's favorite color is pink, hot pink, pale pink, rosy pink, red pink, it doesn't matter, it's pink.
You know Lori, she's a pink girl.
Yes. Anna's favorite color is blue.
Yeah.
And Jessa, which is Lori's daughter, her favorite color is green. Okay. So we have decided that we are going to incorporate their 3 colors into a skein of yarn. Yeah. And we'll be able to show you guys that next week.
Yep.
That's our plan.
That's what we're going to be doing this. We're going to be working on that.
Yep. That's our plans going forward. I don't know if we're going to do it every podcast or once a month, but we're going to show you an inspiration picture. Mm-hmm. We'll go home, we'll dye it, and then on the next episode, we'll have the big reveal. Yep. 9 times out of 10, those are going to be available in our shop if you are interested in those. Yeah. I know for mine personally, I'm probably going to send mine to Lori because, you know, Lori's one of my very best good friends.
And I'm just completely like fangirling out right now because Lori has been such an inspiration to me throughout my dyeing career. And she embodies what I like to think of as a female entrepreneur.
Yes.
She is smart. She is innovative. And she supports new dyers and she supports women. Yes. And she is I am just the thought that something that I have dyed, the fact that she is going to be holding this yarn and that we've made this for her, that I've made, I'm just, and her team, I'm just over the moon.
Yes.
Over the moon excited.
Yes, I have too.
So,
and you guys will have to watch Lori's and Anna's and Jessa's podcast, which is the Arkansas Yarn Cast. You'll have to watch their YouTube channel to love or not like, which I'm sure they will because, you know,
things
it's
happen.
us. It's us. No, they're going to like it because it's us. But
Yeah.
see how they feel when they actually open it. Although I will tell you this, if you guys follow their YouTube channel, then you already know that whenever a package is delivered to the Arkansas Yarn Company, Anna's always the first one to open it.
Anna gets it.
So last time I sent them something, I put a little letter on the top of it, and I said, "Hello, Anna."
That's awesome.
Yeah. I really, like I said, I really love them. They are so down to earth, and if you're ever in the Arkansas area, definitely stop by and see them because they'd love to have you.
Yeah. And we'll stick their information in the show notes.
Absolutely.
As if you all don't know who they are or where they are.
I'm sure you do. Everybody knows who they are.
Everybody knows, but they're kind of royalty around here.
Yeah.
So, but we'll stick it down there anyway.
So, friend, do you have any yarn that you want to share today?
I do. I'm going to, instead of bringing 85 different things to show every week, I think what I'm going to do, I keep saying every week, it's really every 2 weeks, but I think I'm going to showcase one colorway and just show you that. So this week, it's a little bit cooler out here this morning than it has been, and I've got the fall vibes in my brain. So this particular colorway is called Pumpkin Spice, and you can see the kind of oranges, burnt oranges, a little bit of kind of an amber color, and a tiny little bit of red on the top that kind of mixes with it.
You want to show your label?
Thank you. Oh yeah, here we go.
That's beautiful.
Okay, thank you. And this particular skein right here is on my DK base. I dye on 4 different bases. I dye on a 75, 25, 75 superwash merino, 25% nylon in the DK weight, which is what this is, and then also in a fingering weight.
Okay.
And then I also have a fingering weight and DK weight also in superwash merino and nylon, but also has stellina. I've got the sparkles. Sparkles.
Yeah, you can see them.
Yeah. And the thing that I think is really cool about those sparkles, especially for some reason with this with the pumpkin spice, is it picks up a little bit of the color, so it almost looks like there's gold.
It does. I was just getting ready to say that it does look like it's gold.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful.
Which I think is really cool.
That is a beautiful color. That would make a gorgeous cowl.
Yes.
Or a hat.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
beautiful. I think it would be good up on the face.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I have a swatch of it actually. Actually, I can tell you what it is that I'm talking about with my socks. Is it's doubled over, so you have the hung hem, and then I just knit down, and this happens to be with fingering weight, but I knit down and then put it on some waste yarn, and then I'll pick this up here along the bottom and do the toe.
Okay.
But this is how the swatch turned out. You can see the oranges and the reds and the. Oh, there you go. Check it out with your long arms. Yeah.
Yeah, that is beautiful.
Thank you very much.
I was part of the Southern Comforts Fiber Market in Charlotte, North Carolina this past weekend.
Yeah.
There were, I believe there was like 25 or 30 vendors. There was quite a few of us there.
Yeah.
And so
it's a relatively new show.
Yes, this was.
But I was surprised that there were a lot of vendors.
Yes, this was the second year. We had a lot of bigger named people there this year.
Uh-huh.
And
especially Charlotte area.
Yeah, and I only expect it to go, get improved from here.
Absolutely.
The process behind this was, and I actually meet with these ladies sometimes on a weekly basis. It's been a couple weeks since I've been there, since I've been preparing, but they are just part of a normal knitting group and decided, you know what, hey, we don't have any fiber markets or festivals in the Charlotte area, which is surprising.
It's crazy, yeah.
And we have
how many yarn shops we have.
We have 7 yarn stores. Yeah, so I mean, if you wanted to go to a fiber market, you either have to go to SAF in October or you've got to go to Raleigh in March.
Yeah.
So they came together and decided that they wanted to start this fiber market. And this, like I said, this was the second year and actually my first vendor event. And
that is huge. That's
me,
a big step.
Yes.
Big step.
For me, I was very happy with the outcome. I was nervous. I'm not going to say that I wasn't.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what I learned from doing this event. So
okay.
Hopefully, if anybody out there is watching and you dye yarn or you do craft shows or whatever, maybe what I learned can help you.
You can teach me too, girl.
So I'll be honest with you, I was really nervous when I went in there. I kept saying, oh my gosh, I've only got 140 skeins of yarn. Okay. Yeah. I'm fairly new to the dyeing world and this business side of it.
Yes.
And so, when you're first starting out, a lot of people don't have a lot of disposable income. So they got to kind of do what they can do.
Yeah.
So I kept putting yarn back, monthly. I would put some back. And I kept, I went in there and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have anything compared to these other dyers.
There's a couple larger dyers in our area who they've been dyeing for quite a while, and they had the whole booth and the setup and so many things of beautiful yarn. Yeah,
thousands upon thousands of skeins of yarn.
Right.
Okay. But what I learned from this experience, even going in and not having as much, is that which I already knew this, but I'm my own person, you know, and
true that.
And I learned that, it's one of those situations where you always hear, don't compare yourself, don't compare yourself, don't compare yourself.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things that's easier said than done until you're in that situation. And so I went there. I went in with the mentality after I sat up Thursday night and went home and cried.
Oh.
No,
I know.
And, then I went back Friday and I was like, you know what? I'm brand new.
Yeah.
I can't expect myself to have thousands of skeins
They all
of yarn.
started there. They all had 3 things of yarn.
Right. And I'm going to use this as a, to get my name out there type of event.
Yeah. That's a very healthy mentality.
Yeah, and so I went in thinking, okay, I just want to get my booth fee back. That was my goal. And my friend Nikki, which is Avery Lane Creations, she says, no, I'm going to need you to reset your brain there. She says, we're not going in with just our goal fee. I mean, our goal for our booth fee to be back. And we're going in with a $500 minimum goal.
Okay, Nikki.
And I'm like, okay, you know what? I more than crushed it.
Oh, girl.
So, yes. Nikki owns her own yarn dyeing business as well.
She is also another one of these women who just lifts up and supports us all.
Yes, she has a business coaching business as well.
Yeah.
Called Maker's Momentum.
Yeah, as I say, it's for creatives.
Yeah, she does coaching for yarn dyers, crocheters, anything within the fiber related. Yeah, so she's been a big help for me to change that mindset. Her and Lori as well.
Yeah.
And then Cheryl, also from Hypnotic Yarn, has been very, very helpful to me as well. So 3 wonderful, wonderful women in this fiber. I mean, let's just face it. In some industries, and I'm not saying this because I want to scare anybody off, but in some industries, when you're brand new, it's like you're a goldfish in a dad-blasted piranha bowl.
Yeah. It's like eating your young.
Yes, and there's only a few that will actually say, hey, what can I help you with?
I know.
And they are those people.
Yeah, absolutely.
So.
Absolutely. And honestly, we
lift
each other up, and I mean, there's enough for everybody.
And something else that I learned?
What's that?
I need a daggum roller carty.
Oh, God, you carried all that stuff.
I carried all them totes. Well, I had help. But
still, yeah. Well, for next time.
Yeah. So, in case you don't know, this one and I plan to do every fiber market in our area possible.
Yes.
Together from now on.
Yeah.
So, if I'm there, she's there.
Yeah.
And if something happens where she can't be there, her yarn will still be there.
Oh, so that's sweet.
So we'll figure it out.
We will figure it out.
So we hope you guys have enjoyed our first episode. If you found any content or love in what we've showed, please consider subscribing, hitting that little notification bell below so you know when we load another video. Please consider, sharing with all your friends. We really would love for this to take off. We've got lots of things planned, giveaways, make-alongs. Mm-hmm. We're even going to do segments where we show you how we actually dye our yarn. So we've got a lot planned, so we really hope you guys enjoyed this. Our plan right now is to upload every 2 weeks on a Wednesday. It may be a day before, it may be a day after, but if for some reason you don't see anything and it's been a couple days, check out our Instagram. We have an Instagram for this specific channel, the We Dye Yarn Podcast.
Yep. And I'll put that in down there.
And then I have a channel on Instagram as well as Kathleen. So
I do.
If for any reason, and we also both have Facebook business pages, as well as there's a Facebook business page for the podcast.
The podcast, yeah.
So for any,
we've got all the things.
Yeah, we've got all the things. So if for any reason we're unable to upload on that specific day and we don't know about it, the previous video, we'll more than likely have the information there on those channels as to why, because
yeah, absolutely,
life does sometimes happen, and I drive about an hour to get here, so I mean, you just never know what the traffic's gonna be like. Yeah. The other day when I was on my way up here, the daggum interstate was closed and I had to do a complete...
The dang Walmart truck caught on fire, shut the whole thing down.
Yeah, I had to do a complete detour, a way that I had never been before. So, but yeah, you should be able to find out all that information there on all of our socials. I hope that you guys follow us. I hope you enjoyed our content. Could you tell that we were nervous?
I know. So. We're nervous, but also very excited.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's just like, I'm just sitting here talking to a friend, so.
Right.
Yeah. And have to remember that I have to keep looking at the camera.
But. Yeah, because we keep wanting to look over here.
I know, we're looking over here, and I'm looking at you. So, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah. So.
But thank you very much.
Thank you
Until
for
next
watching.
Time.
Happy knitting.
Bye.
So we wanted to show you this yarn store that we are filming in. So Here we go.
All right, let's go.
Hopefully we don't get anybody dizzy, but we're at a Kiwi's Yarn established in 2021 here in the beautiful city of Concord, North Carolina.
Uh-huh. Hi, good. How are you? All right, well then I will not. There is a lovely seating area here where people come and knit and crochet.
Beautiful birds. This is kind of like their logo.
They are the Kiwis. They are both originally from New Zealand, thus the name. And one of the things I absolutely love about this store is the organization and the colors and the samples that they have. And if you look at the samples, right underneath, you're going to see the yarn that it's made from.
Yes.
Look at that.
So there's a tag on each sample that shows exactly what the yarn was, what needles were used.
Which is right down here.
All the pertinent information.
Yeah. So if you want to come in and not be sociable and talk to anybody, which is something that I would totally do, you can come in and you can figure it out yourself.
I mean, aren't these gorgeous? Look.
I know, right?
At that. So this particular shawl is the it is the Coastline Collection, and it's Debris. Oh, and this is the yarn that was used, Jody Long. That is so soft.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you're ever in the Charlotte area, you definitely have to come by.
Absolutely.
I love Ella Ray yarn. Oh my gosh, it is so soft. Absolutely beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a little bit for everybody. There definitely is.
There is. And they
at all different price points.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And they knit and they crochet, and they have done all of these samples. And they are excellent teachers if you get stuck on something or you screw something up, which happens quite frequently to me.
I love this yarn right here.
which, oh, yeah.
I love this yarn.
Love.
Absolutely beautiful.
Love, love, love.
I'm kind of more into, I think, the marled thing
Yeah.
right now. I don't know if it's a whole Stephen West vibe because that's all he's been talking
I know,
about.
I was gonna say. Uh-huh.
Yep, I am all into the marl vibe. I don't.
And these are the needles that they carry.
They got the
circular and DPNs.
or licky or however.
I don't know how to say it. Don't trip on the cord. And they do have, oh, I am all about the ChowGoo 9-inch circular. I know it's for sock knitting. I absolutely love it.
I actually bought myself a pair of the new, well, I don't think they're new, but the Knitter's Pride lace needles.
Yes.
And I actually like those as well.
Yeah. All right, now y'all need to check out this crochet medallion here.
Yeah. Isn't that gorgeous?
I mean, come on. Love, 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 love. Oh, love little baby things. I don't know why things are so much cuter when they're small.
I know. And you know something else that I like is that you can actually get project bags with their patches on them.
Oh, cool.
I really like that.
Yeah.
I am a project bag hoarder. What about you?
Are you?
I am. I have a different project bag for every project.
Huh. I'll throw it in just about anything.
Oh, no, not me. I've got to have...
No.
If it's a Halloween...
I'll toss it in a Target bag.
Oh, no.
I know.
Blasphemy.
I know, right?
If it's a Halloween sock, it's going in a Halloween project bag with a Halloween stitch marker.
That's awesome. All right, y'all.
We hope you enjoyed the little tour, and now back to the video.
And we are coming to you today from my local yarn shop in Concord, North Carolina.
Cut.
And putting out a new...
Sorry. Just keep it. Just go with it. Oh. All right, hold on.
And they're
Words. Cut.
that is so super exciting.
Yes. So I was part of the Southern Comforts. I was part of the Southern Comforts Fiber Market.
I feel like every time we do that, there needs to be like a little ding behind it.
Ding, 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 ding.
Wake up, girls. Okay.
Anyway, yeah.